Let me just interrupt you. We are going live to the NASA headquarters. There is a press conference.
Okay.
Let me tell you very clearly that they are shaky. They called for timeout and said that they want to go and consult further on this particular issue.
In the press conference that they've just held, they seem firm in what they are doing right now, that they will proceed with the current manner of operation. Does that concern you?
It does concern us. We've raised an objection, and they should not give the impression that we have concurred with them on what they are doing. In fact, I specifically asked the chairman, Mr. Chairman, tell us, are you going to continue transmitting results that are not backed by Form 34A? Basically, what we are saying is that the process here is not a process that is inspiring confidence at this particular time.
Wasikilizaji ama pia baadhi ya wafuasi ambao wanazungumza lugha ya Kiswahili, tueleze tu kwa muhtasari baadhi ya masuala mnayotaka suluhisho kuhusiana na upakulishaji wa matokeo.
Kile tumesema ni kwamba kuna form 34A na 34B ambayo ndio inatumika kujumlisha matokeo katika polling station, alafu ende kwa constituency na hatimaye yafike hapa kwa National Tallying Center. Na yale matokeo yamekuwa yakitolewa hapa, mengi ya hayo matokeo hayana form 34A wala 34B. Kwa hivyo sasa tunauliza, basi matokeo ambayo wanatangaza yako vipi, na itakuwaje utajumlisha kabla hujapata hizi forms? Na mkikumbuka koti iliamua mambo fulani, na hapo nitawachia ndugu yangu Orengo azungumze.
Let me just add that we are saying this is a total fraud. One, because the commission itself have said that the announcement and declaration of the presidential elections will depend on Form 34A, which is transmitted from the polling stations to the National Tallying Center and to the Constituency Tallying Center, and Form 34B, that the basis of their results are going to depend, in essence, from what is coming from the constituencies. And yet, there are results which, according to them, are not the results. And it beats common sense for those results to be displayed when in law they are admitted and as directed by the court, that the results of the presidential elections are the results as announced at the polling stations and at the constituency tallying centers, which are final and cannot be changed at the National Tallying Center. The second thing that we should be quite clear about in view of this fraud is that the commission itself has given us a guarantee more than an hour ago that we would be able to get scanned copies which have been transmitted of Form 34A on opening accounts with them. And they demanded that we should give them our emails and open accounts with them, and that those forms would then be available within 10 minutes. As we speak now, that has not been made available. And the points of contact and the technical people who are supposed to talk to our IT guys for us to get those Form 34A have disappeared. We can't get through to them. So if one wants to know what a fraud is, this is a fraud. And thirdly, the results that come from polling stations are in Form 34A because that is an actual entry of the results witnessed by polling agents at the polling stations. What they have actually done is to send data which is keyed in electronically but not based on Form 34A. You know, this is a replication of what happened in 2013 and in 2007, which Judge Kriegler said that a mere transmission of results electronically without a basis for verification cannot be proper, lawful, and transparent result of any election. And therefore, what should have happened if we really wanted to tally votes which has been cast at polling stations, the commission should have waited for those Form 34A that are coming from the polling stations. What has actually now happened is that the commission has created an opportunity where they can fabricate results, because those results that they are displayed are not based on any documentation or any legal instrument. A presiding officer literally can go to a place where there's network for them to transmit those results through a mobile phone or through some other electronic means, but those results cannot be the results which have been witnessed by our agents at the polling stations or the agents of the other political parties. And it is disturbing that after a very long process in which this legal arrangement was agreed on a bipartisan basis, and after consultations with the commission, they would then commit a fraud on the people of Kenya by announcing results which have not been verified. And to that extent, the Kenyan people actually should ignore these results. What is being tabulated are not results that are lawful. They should be disregarded. And according to us, are null and void. And by the commission pretending to display those results, their action amount to nothing. And therefore, everybody out there should be prepared to stand out for their rights. Because if the commission is forcing a result which is not backed by what happened at the polling stations, then as citizens, we should not keep quiet. We should reject those results.
What exactly do you mean? What course of action is open to you? And secondly, what you just said could be construed by some people to be some sort of call to action, I beg your pardon. What have you got to say to that?
What we can do is not what we came here to tell you. Call it a call to action. As far as I'm concerned, any patriot seeing an illegality being committed, you cannot leave impunity unpunished. We cannot be true citizens of Kenya, and a fraud of this magnitude is committed, and then you say, you know, Kenya is bigger than all of us. Kenya is not bigger than all of us if the law is being disobeyed.
What I meant is this: what course of action is before you that could possibly remedy the situation?
Well, that will address it at another stage, another forum.
Mtiririko ambao umekuwa kielezewa na IEBC, wamekuwa kisema kwa muda sasa, na wakakuwa kielezea jinsi ambavyo mtiririko wa hizi kura zitakuwa zikiingia hapa. Mbona hamkupinga wakati huo?
Hatukupinga kwa sababu waeleza hapo awali hizi matokeo zitatangazwa kwa njia gani na zitarushwa kwa njia gani. Yale ambao wamefanya leo, na dada yangu alikuwa hapa, wakielezwa kwa makini namna hizi matokeo zitarushwa kutoka katika polling stations. Lakini yale ambao umetokea hapa si vile walieleza. Kuna commissioner moja mwenyewe amewauliza watu wa Saffron mbele yetu ya kwamba hii si mpango ambao tulikuwa nayo. Mpango ilikuwa ni kwamba hata kama unatangaza zile results vila form 34A, uwezi kuzitangaza bila hiyo form 34A. Afadhali uwe na form 34A, lakini uwezi kutangaza yale matokeo bila form 34A. Na haya amesema kwa wazi.
Kwao wanasema kwamba ni wazi. Je, kwenye wamuoni kwamba ule ni wazi ambao
Uongo mtupu, uongo mtupu.
So Orengo, do you have specific examples of incidences where there have been some discrepancies concerning those forms in some polling stations?
The basis of it is that we have not even seen those forms. And they have not given access. We have demanded access to those forms. Okay? And they said that they would release that and make it possible for all the parties to get access. That has not happened as we speak.
And they have not given valid reasons to you why those forms are not available? Have they?
This should, you see, when they met in the initial briefing, they said that those forms shall be the basis, and the chairman has of the results shall be Form 34A and 34B. Then it turns out they released results with.
So the coalition has released some photos from Ruiru showing some two forms from the same polling station with different figures. Can you authenticate that?
That can only come through if we had access to those forms.
So when you say that the IEBC is holding results from NASA strongholds, I would want to find out from you, how have you authenticated this assertion? And number two, from Orengo, when you tell your people to take action in a country where we have a functioning judicial system, what are you saying?
Well, going through the court is action, but I've not said we're going through court. I mean, you have answered your question. You think?
No, I don't know.
Yes, yeah.
What are you telling your people? What are you telling your people?
No, I told you that will come to at another forum.
Well,
but right now, what I'm saying, it is right for the Kenyan people to reject results which are illegal and lawful and constitutional and not backed by statute. That we can say.
Has there been any
the question to Mr. Mudavadi in regards to NASA strongholds, I want to find out, how did you discover these, and how have you authenticated your assertions?
Well, we have our own way of establishing things, but we want to state very clearly that is the breach that the Commission has committed by not having the relevant backup that we require for the results that they are.
Okay, with the NASA Tiling Center, what are your results?
That is not for this format.
So do you have specific areas where you feel, or where you have discovered that?
Gentlemen, I cannot.
The forms are not existing.
We have not been given the access here.